um, you have
What is
not given value, the user wants to enter the value for the particular index, like we
it?
have to, again do the for loop by taking another
Yeah,
variable.
there will be a two for loop. One is for reading a value, and another one will be going to means print a value. So there we need to write a two for loop. If you can see this program, it is similar. The only thing is that now here you have to pass size. Now why I'm passing size twice here? This will be my row and this will be column. And when you pass 3, 3, what will be the order of the two-dimension array in that case? The order will be, how much the order will be? 3 cross 3. In that case, it will be 9 element, right? And the question that you asked, for that you need to write two for loop. One is for means
No, I didn't ask this. I meant the values that you have given to the particular index, like an array in single dimensional, an
Mhm.
array of 0 equals to 100. Like a
Yeah,
program you not have to put the value. What if the user wants to, wants to put the value, like in the print statement, like in the output uh,
yeah,
screen?
that only I said. That is only I was telling that the that I've explained you in the previous session, like how to read an input value with a scanner library, right? That you have to apply here. That in
Yes.
scanner sc new scanner system dot in, and that while reading this on a particular index, you just have to call sc dot next int. So for every array value, you will going to ask the user to enter it. Did you understand? Like here, that I will going to show you obviously in my next lecture. Just give you an example here. Like you have to add it here, like scanner sc equal to new scanner system dot in. That you have to add it here. Once you add it here, then you have to, once you add it here, you have to call it as well, right? In place of here 100 assigning, you can simply write sc dot next int. So for every array element, you are going to ask the user to enter a value. And in that way, you can assign this, you can write down this within a for loop, that every element you are going to ask the user to enter a value. And so here you need to apply two for loop. One will be for reading a value, another will be for printing the for loop. You understand? Here I've shown you while loop, right? So this while loop is just printing it. But while reading also 10 times you have to read, right? How many times you will going to read a value? 10 times you have to read. Here I have shown you for only one, but you have to write a for loop that will ask the user 10 times to enter a value for all those 10 index. So you have to use two for loop or two while loop, you can say. One is for reading a value and another one is for printing a value. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
This I will going to show you. Let me explain today this 2D array, how it runs and how it works. Then tomorrow I'm going to practice you on the user input only, like how to accept the input, user input. So this 2D array, you have to pass two size. One is the size of a row, another one is the size of a column. As you can pass here only one size, right? Because of it is one dimension. But in case of 2D array, you have to pass the size of a row as well as size of column. Okay, so you have to pass the size of a row and size of a column, and based on this 3 3, now suppose if you pass 4 3, then how many number of element? It will be 4 into 3, 12 element. In that case, here what will be the size of a row? 4 will be. But now here we have passed 3 3, so the number of rows will be how much? 3. Number of column will be how much? 3. Is it clear? Now here, when you want to assign it, it will going to be assigned like this. 0 row, 0 column will be 100, as you can see here. You can see 0 row, 0 column will be 100. 0 row, 1 column will be your, means 200 will be coming here. Then 0 to 300 will be coming here. As this is of order 3 cross 4, so we will not having this line. Now the next line will be 1 0, 400 will become here. 1 1 means your first row, first column. So 1 1 will be assigned with 500. 1 2 first row, second column. So what 600 will be occupying value here. 2 0 means second row, zeroth column. So here 700 will come. Second row, first column. So here 800 will come. And second row, second. So here 900 will come. So when you're going to run and print it, the output will be appear like this. So right now I am printing in a separate line, but when you want to see it in the index form, it will be appear. But the element at index of 0 0 will be appear this one and all. So you will not going to see the data in this format. Now the question is why you will not going to see data in this format. This is just for a visualization, for your understanding. But in a memory, as I said you, I told you if you remember, arrays save data in a contiguous fashion. If you remember, I said you arrays store data in a contiguous fashion. So inside the memory, they save the data like this, row wise. So it will going to save first row, then immediately second row, then third row. Are you getting how it will going to save? It will going to save a data in this format. It will going to save all the element of first row. Then immediately this row will come after this. Then immediately this row will come after this. Like that it will show. So this is called as a row oriented arrangement of an element inside the memory. If I say about column, then in that case, the first column data will be saved. Then the next index data will come immediately after the this one. Means immediately after 2001 will come. Then this one and this one. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Inside, this is called column oriented. This is called row oriented. Means inside the memory, data will be saved in a contiguous fashion. Contiguous means after as the row 1 is completed, immediately the second row data will be come here. Immediately the third row data will become. This is called row oriented arrangement of an element. And if I saw because your system, your memory, they work in a two order, either row oriented or column oriented. If I say about column oriented, then they will going to save first column value, then immediately second column value, third column value, fourth column value. This is about a later I will going to explain you. As of now, you just think that element will going to save in this format, and there is a contiguous fashion. So element, how you're going to access an element? 0 row, 0th column, you have to pass. So you have to pass the value like this, 0th row, 0 column. Any question, any one of you?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Good. So I hope it is clear to everyone about the array. So I will go in, just go through this program. I will share you this program. Uh, Run it on your system. How many of you have run the previous program that I shared in the GitHub already have uploaded? How many of you tried running those programs? This all module I have uploaded. Are you running the programs or not?
Doing, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will going to check in every system, right? Tomorrow I will going to check in every system. I want everyone to do this program. This is very simple task. You just have to run on your Eclipse. So tomorrow be ready with programs. I want to see that every programs you are able to run it. And if you face any error, immediately you can ask me in the class what error you are getting. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
Good.
sir.
So tomorrow, I will going to share this all code with you in the GitHub. Download it. How you're going to download it? Just you have to click on this code and download zip. The whole code will get downloaded. Then in that code, just look it for the array part. Just I have also added this paint yesterday explanation. You can see in the Java placement batch here. This I have already added. You can download this as well to understand the concept. And I will going to upload today's this note as well there. So just go through it, and this program I will upload it with a folder array. Just see there, download this program, run it on your system. And tomorrow I'm going to show you how to accept input from a user and print this value, and we're going to do some more program on array. But before that, run all the program that I've shared with you. I've already shared the programs on the condition, for loop, and string input variable. Go through these all programs. How to accept the input from a user, that also programs are added. Go through it, okay?